Good morning, my friend. Just came off a call with OKX, which is one of the top 10 crypto exchanges, to walk them through what we're building with Brighter Data and the pre-seed round that we're doing right now, to give them an update on the two new products that we're building, that we're putting out into the market soon. Walk the guy through the pitch deck. So that is what we are currently busy with, man. This week, also probably gonna visit the Bybit office to walk them through the pitch deck and to walk them through the two new products that we're putting out into the market and tell them about the pre-seed round. So far, the pre-seed round is doing quite well. So a lot has been going on the last 2-3 months. I feel like we have a lot of momentum, which is very nice, very exciting. And I also felt like that, I've been showcasing big parts and portions of my life over the last couple of months, maybe even a year or so. And I kind of want to show this part as well, of building this data analytics platform in public, which is, very exciting. We're making a lot of progress. Like I said, I feel like we have a lot of momentum. So I was like, okay, let me take you guys with me for a week through my life of building Brighter Data, in which we are in the middle of a pre-seed round, in the middle of building and launching two new retail products, and in the middle of migrating to our own proprietary software. And that migration is almost done, so that is a massive step forward as well. It's very exciting stuff. This pre-seed round is very important for us to raise capital, knowledge, network, and for us in order to hire more people, to build and scale more aggressively. So I've been pitching a lot of people. I've been responsible for the pre-seed round, for the pitching of people and finding good leads to participate potentially in the round. So far, that's been going very smooth. Now we're seeking for that lead investor, which is the most important aspect of the round and very exciting, but also comes with a lot of hurdles and obstacles that we have to overcome. And that is also what I really like, to tackle those obstacles. And that is exactly what I'll showcase you guys this week in this vlog of building Brighter Data. So I think around 2 years ago was the first time that I got in touch with Brighter Data. Back then, the name was actually still Molenaar Analytics. And at the time I was already trading full-time for around 2 years and profitable for around 3.5 years. I had a friend, his name is Darko. He was in my trading community as well, and he actually pointed me towards Brighter Data. He was actually one of the first 10 users of the platform, and I could see how it was changing the way that he was trading. At some point I reached out to him, I was like, Darko, what's happening? What's the platform that you're using? He's like, Yip, listen, this thing is a game changer. You should try it out. And I started following the owner on X, Marnik, obviously, now my co-founder and my partner. And I started reading through his posts first. The more that I was reading his posts, the more that things started making sense to me. We started chatting and I was like, listen, I'm kind of interested in your posts and the way that you're thinking about trading, and I kind of want to test out your platform and the metrics that you are providing. He was like, listen, since you have an audience, I'll help you to understand the dashboard, the metrics and the data that we are providing, so you can see for yourself if it provides you with an edge. I was actually so fortunate that he offered basically that one-on-one guidance to me, because back then the dashboard, it was so hard to understand, right? And I think without his guidance and his one-on-one mentorship, which he was doing for free just because he saw an opportunity, because I had a decent audience and following, I understood the metrics quite quickly that they were providing me with, and I could instantly see how it was changing the way that I was looking at trading and price action. Quite quickly, I found out that there were a lot of setups that looked like high probability setups to me, but the data was actually telling me that they were low probability setups. And when I could see that those setups were hitting my stop, I was like, listen, I need to implement this extra layer of confluence to my trading, aka historical outcome data, in order to even improve my edge some more. And the more I started using the platform, the more that I fell in love with it. And at some point I reached out to Marnik and I saw an opportunity myself, because I knew, okay, if this is changing the way that I'm trading, after trading full-time for over 2 years and profitable for over 3.5 years, this is gonna change the way that everyone is trading, if they understand the platform and the metrics that they are providing. Because that was the biggest hurdle, right? The time to value was way too high and was way too complicated. So I reached out to Marnik and I said, listen, I get it. You're a genius, which I truly still think he is. You have built something truly amazing, but I do think you need a partner to put this out into the market in the correct manner so that you can scale more aggressively. I think we became friends before we partnered up as business partners, and at some point I felt like the trust was there and the motivation was there and the vision was there, and we decided, okay, let's partner up. And that's when I became co-founder of Brighter Data. Brighter Data is 3 people, all remote. Marnik builds, Damien runs the tech, and we meet once a week. That's the team.
To me, the most important part for us at least is Event Engine, just making sure it works as intended.
Okay, well, that's it, lads.
Alrighty. Is the product that we currently have actually ready for a pre-seed round? And we decided, okay, we're not ready yet. If we scale now, if people have a subscription of 6 or 7 months, they will cancel because they will have pulled the value from the platform that they were trying to pull from the platform, and there's no need for them to have a subscription anymore because they will know the metrics from the top of their head, or at least the most important metrics. So then we decided, okay, if we want to build a better product, we need to make sure that Marnik can focus on product development and product building, that we bring on a hands-on CTO. That's when we introduced Damien. Damien was responsible to get us off Power BI, to build the tech, and Marnik could focus on building a new and better product. Or at least an improved product, which turned out to be almost a completely new product, which is much better compared to the platform that we are currently offering to the people. And the more momentum that we were building and the closer that Marnik was getting to a new product, we also knew this is the time to start doing a pre-seed round. Good morning. Today, I'm waking up. I'm looking at the new product that we are putting out into the market with Brighter Data on the 29th of June. I'm checking the charts. Later today, I'm going to a festival on a Tuesday. You might be thinking, huh? Yes, it's Liberation Day in the Netherlands. It's one of the biggest national holidays. I'm going to a festival together with my sister and a lot of my best mates as well. So that's going to be really, really fun, and also showing that to you guys, because that is also part of doing a pre-seed round, building a company, trading on a Tuesday. You can go to a festival, but tomorrow morning I have some very important meetings early in the morning. And in the Netherlands we say, when you're a man at night, you have to be a man in the morning as well. Good morning guys, it's currently 7:30 in the morning. After I went to the festival yesterday, we are already straight back to work. Already opened up the charts again, and on the right you can see the brand new event charting engine of Brighter Data. These are the days where I feel like that I'm on the right track. Because I think a lot of people, after they went to a festival like I did yesterday, which was quite hectic and quite intense, they would sleep in. For me, there's no time to sleep in because I got a lot of work to do. I'm at a very pivotal stage with Brighter Data at this moment in time. Still in touch with Bybit. There's some follow-ups that I have to do with a couple of candidates for the pre-seed round. So there's a lot of work to do today. I feel a lot of energy. Despite yesterday, it was a great day, a lot of fun. You know, heart is full, was with friends, was with my sister, it was a lot of fun. Now we get back to work and we try to get the job done. So guys, right here, you guys can see the new product that we have been building with Brighter Data over the last couple of months. It's called the Event Charting Engine. And this is a new product that we're going to put out into the market on the 29th of June. Currently, I'm already testing the product myself. We're putting it out in the hands of ambassadors that are very enthusiastic about this product as well next week. And basically what this engine is doing is that there are so many events happening with price every single day. An event for price can be a regular daily candle. An event for price can be a sweep of the previous day low or previous day high. What we have done, or at least what Marnik has done, because he's a lot smarter than I am and he's responsible for this genius of a product, right? Is that we have collected data on past similar events, such as a previous day low sweep. He has quantified that data, and then we can see similar historical outcomes based on previous events, such as a previous day low sweep or a regular daily candle. So over here you can see that I've selected a daily candle. You can see on the chart a daily open and daily close, and that daily candle is the event that we are currently speaking about. Today is Friday, so I can go to the top right, and with filters I can select that I want to look at Fridays only. Done, and then you can see that we are looking at 171 prior daily candles of Fridays. Now these are all dimensions, right, that I can match with the current event, because each dimension will change, right, the current event and how it is behaving. So for example, I can look at the current timing of the low, I can match it, and I can see that the distributions are instantly changing. If I then also match the current maximum drawdown, so aka the drawdown of the current low, I can match it again, and once again the distributions are changing. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? Because now we can compare it to similar historical outcomes based on the timing of the low that we matched and the maximum drawdown that we matched. But we can also see that we have a small sample size, right? Because we have only 17 similar events, as you guys can see, and we started with 171, which means that we have too little data points. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going back to the top right, and instead of just selecting Friday, I'm going to select all regular weekdays, and all of a sudden I now have 111 matched events. So similar events based on regular daily candles with the timing of the current low and also the maximum drawdown matched so far. Let's say I am bullish on price, and I'm expecting this daily candle to close bullish, and I want to look for longs. I want to know if price is currently behaving compared to previous similar events that also closed bullish. Or I want to know how price should be behaving if we were indeed to close this current daily candle bullish, since I have a bullish bias for the current daily candle. Watch what happens when I click on this historical outcome over here. Watch what happens to the distributions. You can see that if we indeed were to take out the high later on Bitcoin, right, like this distribution over here is how those events were typically behaving. And we can see that currently the price is trading below those distributions. So if Bitcoin indeed wants to take out the daily high right here later throughout this daily candle, we do not want to drop much lower, because if it does, it's unlikely to then still take out the daily high. If we indeed want to take out the daily high, we need to reclaim some levels over here and hold this area right there as per the distributions right there, as you can see. And this is based on 83 similar events. I can do the same for closing bullish, so closing the current daily candle bullish. Once again, watch what happens to the distributions on the chart. Instantly they change. They skew even more towards the upside, because closing a daily candle bullish is obviously more difficult than just taking out the daily high later. Once again, we can see that currently the price is not behaving as a typical similar event. So if we indeed want to close the daily candle bullish on Bitcoin, we first need to reclaim, let's say, this high and this distribution right there to reclaim towards the median path right there. So now, based on quantifying the past, it can provide context in the present. And the context in the present is telling me that if I am indeed bullish on price, and I expect this daily candle to become a bullish one, price first needs to reclaim some levels. And if it doesn't reclaim any levels, we are expecting price to trade lower. Now I know this because of that quantified historical data that is now providing me context in the present, so that I can make better data-driven decisions. In the past, I would have maybe already longed Bitcoin by now, because I'm expecting a bullish daily candle and I'm bullish on the market. But because of the use of the event charting engine and looking at certain events, such as in this case a regular daily candle, matching the dimensions and then looking at previous similar historical outcomes, I now know that I have to wait with opening a long and buy position until we reclaim some levels and start following the distribution and path again of similar historical events that actually did close bullish. A couple of things to update you guys on. Going to Lisbon this Sunday to visit Marnik. I'll show you guys in episode 2, my co-founder. I'm going to go to Lisbon for the week to hang out with him, to spend time with him, so we can build harder and faster and more aggressively, because a lot of stuff is going on. Also, I'm meeting some people in Lisbon that are quite interesting for the pre-seed round. Bit of a different side is that Bybit is a bit slow with things, so I'm not visiting the office of Bybit as we agreed, but I'm doing an online pitch for the Bybit team that I'm in contact with. I'm gonna do that next week as well in Lisbon, so you're not gonna see that this episode, but also next episode. And last but not least, and that is very, very exciting, I got invited to Proof of Talk. It's one of the biggest, probably the biggest Web3 conference in the world. A bunch of fintech people, a bunch of trading firms there. The perfect spot to find our lead investor for the pre-seed round for Brighter Data. So I'm gonna go there early June. We'll obviously take you guys with me as well for a different episode of Building Brighter. Then I'm gonna upload everything on this channel, but it's super, super exciting. Over here you can see I'm one of the ambassadors. We'll be hosting in Paris, in the Louvre. So it's gonna be really sick, very excited for that, and also quite nervous, but very exciting stuff. So I'm gonna go to Lisbon this Sunday, gonna pitch Bybit next week as well when I'm in Lisbon, and going to Paris for Proof of Talk early June as well.